Yeah, well, I'm Harper Henry, and I've been a professional painter for about 10 years now. Before that, I was an art director and graphic designer in a 30-year career. Who I am as an artist, I guess I'm trained in realism, but then at some point I just wanted more. I just wanted to start adding in something that was a little more unexpected. So I started playing with abstraction. I sort of call my work abstract realism, and I like to slide up and down the spectrum of that. Sometimes my paintings are a little more real, sometimes they're more abstract, but I enjoy that freedom of experimenting. Well, I'm always trying to challenge myself, for sure. I get bored if I don't keep doing that, and I like to think of myself as always learning. I always want to keep learning and trying new things. Well, we'd have to go back a long way for the real story. I'll give you the shortened version, but I was born in Idaho, and my family is Western. I just was really embedded in the West when I was a young child, so I had that in my blood. And then at some point, my father, for another job, had to take us across the country to the East Coast. In my soul, I felt like I needed to be somewhere else. I knew this was the place I needed to get back to. And it took me like 35 years to do it. I quit a very good, perfectly good job in commercial art to devote myself to painting, and immediately moved out west. So it's just in my blood. And I love Western art. I love the feeling of it. I said I love the desert. I love Native American culture. You see a lot of that in my work. I love animals. There's something about the West that's really special to me. Yeah, that's an extremely good question, because you wouldn't think it would, but it has weighed in heavily, to my surprise. I mean, I spent decades working on a computer and in Photoshop, and when you work digitally, you work differently. I definitely see it in my work. How I approach it, I'll layer things out. It'll kind of compute in my mind how I'm going to attack this piece, and I can see that's from my training. Just a lot of my color sensibilities and my ability to figure out colors that go together, that's from my training. Not everybody has that background, so I think that helps set me apart a little bit. Well, aside from the obvious, like beautiful aesthetics, putting beauty out there into the world, aside from those obvious things, which are amazing, art has always been like a record of history. Art really captured all the momentous things. I do go to a lot of museums, and I do look at old photographs and things, and just old paintings, and I see how the world has been captured and recorded in art, and I love that fact. And also just the emotional feeling that you can get from art. As artists are interpreting what's going on their planet, you might get an enhancement in a feeling and an emotion, and it just makes the viewer feel something, as well as just seeing, okay, this thing happened, It's incredibly important to me, and I'm so proud to be a part of AWAE. I think that female artists need the spotlight a little bit more than they have gotten it in past times. You look at history, there's definitely more famous male artists than female painters, I think we should change that, So I'm really, really, really excited about AWAE, and the fact that you guys are on the 4th year is amazing. So I'm just really happy to be a part of it, for sure. Yeah. Harper's secret confession. Probably the biggest thing for me is that I want people to know that I'm just getting started. I feel like I'm just getting started. Like all this stuff that I've done so far, it's not where I want to be yet. I see it already in my head. I know what I'm aiming for. I have seen paintings that I will produce in the future, and I haven't produced them yet. So stick with me. I feel like all this work it's good, and it is part of my journey, but it's gonna get so much better because it has to for me. It's my goal to get there, and I'm here. So that's probably my biggest secret.